Hey everybody, Bill and Deb.
Hi there.
So, you're kind of hiding that a little bit there. By the way, I was looking in the monitor before we started, and today I think I have it set on fat mode for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, dang, we need to delete that portion.
Yeah. I've been eating all the wrong things in the last 2 or 3 days, but that's another story.
Another story.
Yeah. It's time to get back on the, We've noticed in our latest walkthrough videos, a lot of questions we're getting from viewers that have discovered our channel is that they're wondering, how do people cook?
Where's the stove?
Yeah, where's the stove was one of the first questions that gets asked. And I probably need to apologize. I'm so used to, when I'm doing these interviews, I'm so used to seeing this on a daily basis and seeing the trend that has been developing over the last couple of years. And also, this is the way we do it too, that I don't think about mentioning these things just because you don't see, in some of these videos, you don't see appliances out in the open, or you might see just a couple of appliances here and there, and we don't really talk about it, right? For instance, when you're looking here, and I think you can see it, but there's a toaster oven right here, and then there's a microwave over here. But when you look around here, you don't see anything, Now, I fully understand why people might be asking these questions as well, because some of the new interests that we've seen developing on the channel, we realize that these folks are probably thinking about, doing something, either buying a traditional RV or possibly, looking at the cost involved and considering maybe building their own like we did and several others. I mean, it's really becoming quite a culture, the cargo trailer conversion culture. So I understand why people might be asking these questions, because when they go into a traditional RV dealer's lot, practically everything they look at, has a propane stove.
Stove of some sort.
Yeah, with an oven below it usually, but at least a propane cooktop on top. You'll notice there's no cooking appliances out here except for what we talked about.
But we never miss a meal.
So, how do we cook? And another trend that we're seeing, and you're even seeing this in the traditional RV world out there, a lot of them are going total electric. A lot, and you're seeing a lot of that in cargo trailer conversion builds. There's still some people out there that utilize propane, either for heat, either for a shower, to heat their hot water. Boy, they're going to pick on that, aren't they? The grammar police. Yeah, to heat their hot water with a...
We have to heat the hot water.
With a hot water heater. Yeah. There are still some that do that, but more and more people are going to total electric on everything. And so I forget about this. When I'm doing interviews with people, I forget about bringing that up, because I just take it for granted is the problem.
He's spoiled rotten and meals just magically appear.
I know. Isn't that something? How they just, I'll look in our cupboards, I'll look in the fridge, I don't see anything to eat. Right, guys?
Don't right, guys.
And then Deb, she comes walking in, I go out and start editing a video, and she says, dinner's ready. And where did this come from? Where did that come from?
What do you do with that special food?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, why don't we start showing them what we're talking about? And I'm going to grab the camera, and Deb's going to start bringing items out that we use to cook with. And you're going to find that in most cases, most of these walkthrough videos we do where they're total electric, if they don't use exactly what we're using, they're using a product that's very, very similar. So let me grab the camera.
Items, yes.
Yeah, very similar items.
Course, number one, we do have a coffee pot.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And we do have our microwave.
Yes. Yes.
And we do have the toaster oven.
Yes.
The microwave and the toaster oven I do not use unless we're plugged in.
Right.
Okay. Some of these appliances I don't use either.
Yeah.
And have I mentioned how much? Look down here. Much my Reva shelves.
Oh, yeah.
This.
Oh, yeah. Deb loves the Revachels.
Have a mini grill, which has been well used.
Oh yeah.
So I use that a lot.
Yep.
Second of all, I have a single burner induction cooktop.
Right. Now that's the one thing that most everybody, whenever we fail to mention how people cook, in most cases, 99% of everybody that is total electric when we're doing these walkthrough videos are utilizing one of these right here, an induction cooktop. And we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit.
I have it's not a George Foreman, it's a Hamilton Beach, but a George Foreman pipe grill.
Right.
I have a nifty boiled egg cooker.
Yeah, and we had hard-boiled eggs this morning.
Just this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I have a crock pot. And any of you've ever been around very much know I use the heck out of this.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm plugged in. And I have a waffle iron.
Yep.
So out of all of this, we eat just fine.
Yeah. Now let's start, since we're closer over here, let's start with the hard-boiled egg cooker. How much did we pay for that? You remember?
$14 maybe.
About $14 or so.
7 eggs at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It uses, if you like hard-boiled eggs, it uses that much water.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You put it in, put your eggs in, turn it on. 17 minutes, you have hard-boiled eggs.
In 17 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Now, the griddle.
The griddle, like I said, it's sometimes we're new one. I've had this one 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it uses power, but it's great to do for just the two of us. I can do pancakes, French toast, fried potatoes, fried hamburgers.
And you even
sandwiches.
Toast bread with it too. Just make toast with it because we don't have a toaster.
To see if I have room for a little toaster, and I might.
Okay.
And then, of course, the waffle iron.
Yeah.
$12.
Yeah.
Here again, we ran this with our battery bank in the van one day.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we did the video. Of course, the only thing people could talk about in the comments was the dress you were wearing that day. And
then, of course, the induction cooktop.
Yeah.
The induction cooktop is any pan will work with it if it has a magnet. A magnet will stick to it.
Right. Any magnetic pan.
Any pan that a magnet will stick to. I was looking to see if I had a magnet handy.
Yeah. Yeah.
If a magnet will stick to it, then that makes the mechanism in here work.
So although we've never done it, but supposedly a cast iron skillet will work with it too. And I'm sure we'll have people that'll comment and say, yes, they have used a cast iron skillet with it.
This is it does not emit a lot of heat in the room.
Very little.
When you're cooking.
Yeah.
It reaches water boil in, I don't know.
Well, it reaches whatever temperature you set it at or the wattage you want to use. The minute you set the pan on it, it's right there. Boom. It's not building up the heat. It's there now. And the minute
you remove the pan, it shuts off. So
it's very efficient, especially on when you're total electric, and especially when you're going off grid and you're depending on your inverter.
So we use this a lot for, all kinds of different meals.
Yeah.
Oatmeal stands out the most, but we use it for a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We use it for all sorts of things.
This is something I got just the beginning of this summer. Love it to death. The only thing I would do different is I would go ahead and spend a little extra money for the plates that remove. They're easier to wash.
Yes.
This one I have to, be careful, blah, blah, blah.
Now, how long does it take to make hamburgers with that?
I make 3rd-pound hamburgers, 3 of them, and I set the timer for, once it's heated up, I set the timer for 12 minutes. So it heats up in about 4. So I'm going to say, 16 minutes, we have hamburgers.
So yeah, even though it you have to wait for it to heat up and everything, it's one of those situations where you're pulling, power. You're pulling a lot of power, but you're only pulling it for about that long.
Right.
So if you're using an inverter, depending on your system, it'll surprise you.
Using your microwave instead of your oven.
Right.
Because a microwave, yes, it uses a lot of power, but it's using it in 5 minutes
Right.
at the most. Well, sometimes more, but that's about it. And then my handy dandy crock pot, which you only use when I'm plugged in because it zaps the battery down.
Yeah, it does, and that really kind of surprised us. We thought that it would be super efficient.
Yes.
But it's basically pulling power, even though you set it on a low setting, it's pulling at steady power all day long.
Right.
And so, but if you're trying to run like your air conditioner and your fridge and everything else along with it, it's probably something that unless if you're in really, really good sun, getting lots of really good solar, you might want to rethink using the crock pot, on something that you would have to have.
And then some people have a, now I can't think of what it's called. It's a quick
Instapot.
Instapot. Some people have an Instapot. I had an Instapot. I had the bigger one. It was just took up too much room, and I didn't play with it long enough to make it work. And some people have
an air fryer.
Air fryers.
Mm-hmm.
Here again, I had one. It's a gift from Paige. And I tried, and I just couldn't. I couldn't see.
She's just kind of set in her ways. Just kind of set in her ways.
Things besides traditional stove.
Right. Exactly.
And the beauty of all these electric appliances, if we're in a nice location and we want to cook outside, all I got to do is take them outside.
That's right. That's right.
Or we can cook in here. And, we haven't had any issues.
No. And we just thought we would mention this because, we noticed that we're getting questions like that a lot. And here again, when I'm doing the interviews, I'm taking this stuff for granted because I see this all the time. And I pretty much know, even though we don't talk about what they cook with, I pretty much already know what they're cooking with, especially if they're total electric, because we're all doing pretty much the same thing, or something very similar. There might be some variances there a little bit. And then others are going to have grills they use outdoors, propane grills, and we're going to end up with one probably just for those particular occasions one of these days. I have the one that I want, but that's another story. Anyway,
it's outdoor work. That has nothing to do with.
Well, then I get to do it. But I'm also though still kind of a charcoal grill kind of guy too. So yeah. So anyway, we just thought that we would mention this. So if you don't automatically see me in the interviews, and of course we've got several interviews that I've already done that's going to be coming out over the period of the next few months or so that we did at the last rendezvous that we had. I can't go back and add stuff in there, later. So
suffice it to say that everyone has a way of cooking.
Oh yeah.
You just may not see it.
They're not going to starve, but.
One thing about us peoples out in this lifestyle, we tend to eat.
Yeah. But here again, one thing that the egg cooker is very efficient.
Oh yeah.
For total electric and
takes so little water, and if you were boiling water, I'd have to fill the pan up to here.
And
the 7 eggs, and I would still be boiling it for 15 minutes to get hard boiled.
Yeah.
That much water.
Yeah.
17 minutes, I have hard boiled.
Yeah. And there are a plethora of different models available through Amazon and other places.
That's where I got mine.
Yeah. And you don't have to necessarily have a link for this stuff. If you're interested in the hard boiled cooker, just simply
Google it.
Google and just in the search window, simply type in.
They even have a double one.
Yeah. But simply type in hard-boiled egg cooker, and there'll be all kinds of products pop up, and Amazon will pop up with some. Tap on the Amazon link on Amazon, and you'll have your choice of bunches of them. Same thing with the induction cooktop. Now, one thing we will suggest about the induction cooktop, we have the single burner.
Yes.
And yes, you can get a double burner. Now, the thing about it is, the way they're set up, they're limited to a total of 1,800 watts. Okay. So you can adjust it anywhere in between there pretty much on wattage. Yeah. Per burner. So in other words, since this is just a single burner, we can actually bring it all the way up where it's going to cook at 1,800 watts. Well, the second you set the pan on, if you're boiling water, you'll have boiling water and just a matter of seconds at that. I never go that far when I'm making oatmeal. I set it at about 1,000 watts, and you know, I've got boiling water pretty quick with that.
And some people love the double. I just didn't
Yeah.
have room to store it.
Right.
And I find that everything else works. It takes me a little thinking sometimes to come up with different meals, but the single works for us.
And so what we were alluding to when I was talking about the difference between the single and the double,
Right.
the same amount of watts are still available, whichever one it is, but do you have room for the double burner or not? And the thing about the double burner is if you think you're going to be able to cook 2 items at, say, 1,200 watts each, no, you can't, because it's only going to go to 1,800 watts total, you know, and you can divide that up between the 2 burners, but that's still as far as you're going to be able to go.
Exactly.
So in our opinion, though, probably the most efficient of all these that you see here is this, and that. You know, and the main reason why, well, it just goes without saying, that thing ain't going to pull much power to make a bunch of hard-boiled eggs.
So we need to test it.
Yeah, we will one of these days. We will, but I mean, I pretty much already know that it's not going to pull a whole lot of power if you're doing off grid. This unit goes without saying.
Yes.
But what surprised us on this is how quick it'll do hamburgers.
It cooks both sides
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah. Now you've done tuna steaks on it too, and
Tuna steaks,
they're even,
regular steaks.
are they faster tuna steaks than
I can do
hamburgers?
tuna steaks in 8 minutes because you don't want to overcook your tuna because it's dry meat.
Yeah.
But tuna steaks, I've done chicken breasts. Chicken breasts, I try to smash them down just a little bit.
Yeah.
Meat steak, beef steak, chicken. I tried pork steak on it, but, and this is me, I'm afraid that pork might not cook as well as I'd like for it to.
Okay. All right.
So that's
anyway.
just me.
So this is the way it goes on this. Now next time we'll probably talk about the pros and cons of propane fired water heater as versus an electric water heater.
We may have a special guest with us.
Yeah. We'll interview another person that happens to have a on-demand propane water heater, and we will discuss this back and forth. But be looking forward to that coming down the line.
There you go.
All right. Okay. Anyway, for now, this is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures, and you know exactly what we're going to say. We're not camping.
We are living.
Y'all get out there and do some living. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.